What is going on, guys? We are back with another one, and today we are going to pattern this new SX4. So we are going to take a shot at 30, 40, and 50 and see what it does, so stay tuned. Alright guys, so it is pretty damn cold out, but I wanted to get a couple shots out of this gun before Goose opens back up on Friday here in PA. So I have the new SX4 here with the Carlson in it, and we are going to do some pattern tests. I just want to see what it's going to do at 30, 40, and 50, just so I have an idea. And then I think what I'm going to do is throw the factory full choke in just to see what it does. So what we're going to be shooting is this Federal Speedshok. It is 1 1/4 ounce. This is BB, 3-inch. This is what I've been shooting all year for Goose, and can't complain. I mean, the 3-inch knocks them down pretty good. So I might try some 3.5 out of it. We'll see. Caden shoots a lot of 3.5-inch and does okay. So we'll see here. I'm just curious to see what it's going to do. I feel like it's almost a necessity to at least pattern the gun and see what it's going to do, and then we'll go from there. All right guys, this is 30 yards with Carlson. All right, we'll go check that one quick. So this Carlson has been a pretty good choke for me. I was actually thinking about trying something else, but if it's working, why change it? So 30 yards, you can see what you're getting. Not that many BBs on target. But really, I mean, overall pattern is not bad at all. I think the lowest one we have is right here, and we might have missed over the top with a couple, but I mean, there's one here, one here. So I mean, overall, it's pretty centered. But I think BB 3-inch, you're only ending up with about 85 BBs in that 3-inch shell, so not a ton, which, you know, I guess number 2s, number 1s, you know, you end up with more BBs, but more pellets. It's just, is it going to knock them down as well as this BB does? I'm okay with that. I mean, that's really not that bad considering the size of you know, wing spread on a Goose and the body size. I mean, if you put it on them, you're gonna kill them. So let me get another target up and we'll shoot it at 40, see what happens. All right guys, set up at 40, Carlson choke, see what it does. Go check it out. I have a feeling everything's gonna start opening up here pretty good. So the reason I'm not testing 20, not that we don't get the birds a decoy, but a lot of the times those second, third shots are way out past 20. So I was really kind of more curious to see what it was doing at distance. I feel like, you know, average shot is probably between 20 and 40. But you'll see this really starts opening up, and you know, you're not getting that many BBs on target. Pattern starts getting kind of weird. Got it like a string running across right here, and then another little string up here, and then this is kind of straight up and down, just kind of weird. So you can see, I mean, just the difference between 30 and 40. So it'll be really interesting to see what we actually get on paper at 50. Now, I know I don't have a backer on this. I'd like to, and I probably will do it again with a bigger piece of backer paper. I just didn't have any, and kind of wanted to get this pattern before we're in the blind again. So put another target up and we'll see what it does at 50. All right, guys, set up at 50. Got a fresh target up, getting pretty far. Camera won't pick it up that well. Hopefully the GoPro does. 50 yards, 3-inch Carlson. See what it does. All right, so just an FYI, I'm aiming dead center, not holding over. You know, typically if you're gonna have birds out at that distance, you would be at least a little holdover. So keep that in mind. Just trying to get an idea of what it's doing, holding that bead dead center. But I have a feeling there's not going to be too many BBs on this, but we'll see. Yeah, so we could count these easily. So we're ending up with, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 BBs on that entire sheet of paper. And you can see there's really not a whole lot in the center of that. So this is you know, pretty eye-opening if you've never done a pattern test. It just gives you a real good idea of how much that pattern opens and how many pellets you're actually gonna have on target. I mean, 3.5 inch, you're definitely gonna have more BBs, bigger load. But just depends on what you want to shoot. It's more money. Not that cost is a huge deal. Now, I'll also mention that obviously we're only shooting one load here, which is these Federal Speedshoks. I've had good luck with them. They put the birds down, but that doesn't mean that this gun necessarily likes that round. So I think over the summer here, or probably post-season, I will get a couple different boxes of shells and see what happens as far as pattern goes. I could even grab a couple different chokes if it's something you guys are interested in seeing. Like I said, I've been running this Carlson because it's just worked for me, but that doesn't mean it's the best choke for that gun. So I think what I'm gonna do is put the factory full in just to see what the difference is. And I may only do it at 30 just to compare. But the key to this video is pattern your gun, shoot a couple different shells through it, try a couple different chokes if you have the ability, and see what the gun likes. As you can see right here, 50 yards is a poke for 12 gauge 3-inch, and not that those BBs aren't going to kill a goose. We definitely kill them at that distance, but you don't have many BBs making it to the bird. So let me throw that other choke in. We'll take another shot, see what happens. All right, so I think I'm gonna hold off on shooting the factory full just because I don't know if you're supposed to shoot full steel out of them. I know in most cases you get away with them, but this Invector choke is not marked for steel. So I'm gonna check it out before I go and run some steel down through it, just because I don't want to dick it up. So that concludes the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it opened some eyes for guys who don't or haven't patterned their guns. If you do pattern your guns, then great. Drop some comments, let me know what you think. There's a ton of different chokes out there that you can run, ton of different loads. So the key is to get out there and try it. Try a couple different loads, try a couple different chokes, and see what works for you, because ultimately you just don't know. I probably will get a couple different chokes to run through this gun, and definitely a couple different loads to try. I was actually gonna buy some different loads for it, different shells. Unfortunately, it is like gold right now. If anybody's trying to buy shells of any kind, you know that. So that's really where I'm at. I bought a case of this 3-inch before season, and I'm glad I did, because there's really not a lot out there to buy. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Any comments, questions, drop them in the comments, and I'll catch you next time. Thanks.